Building a small end table here, the plans call for an arc in the bottom of this apron, just to give it a lighter look. The plans call for it to start 1/4 inch from each end, and the thickness will be 2.5 inches at the top of the arc. A couple of ways you could lay this out. I'm going to show you the easy one today using a fairing stick. Now this is just a piece of tempered hardboard, a string and a toggle tied between them. Fairly easy to make. You can find the plans for it at www.woodmagazine.com/fairing. It's a free plan, a free download, so you can whip that up in just a couple of minutes. To use the fairing stick, you lay out 3 points. You need to know the 2 end points and the top of your arc. Knowing those, you can construct a smooth curve through them with the fairing stick. So we'll mark those first. I'll mark the end points. It's 1/4 inch from this end. Make a mark 1/4 inch from this end. Now we need to know the middle the board, so we'll measure that 14 inches. We'll make a mark at 7 inches here. Then at that center, we'll just measure down that center line to get our overall height, which will be 2.5 inches. Make a mark there. Now we have the 3 points for the arc. We've got the 2 end points and the center point. Now it's just a matter of flexing your fairing stick. Pull the cord through the toggle and bend the stick so it passes through, connects all 3 points, just like that. Now, just draw a line along the edge of the fairing stick. Make it dark enough that you can saw along it. And there's your bandsaw line. When you cut the arc, cut it about 1/8 inch outside the line here into the waist area. Then you can sand down to the line. It'll give you a much nicer finish. Another way you might need to use the fairing stick is to make a curve on the top of a piece, like the back rail of a dresser or something. This is done the same way, but you'll want to start with a piece that's a little wider than the finished piece. This is 5.5. The finished piece is supposed to be 5.25 inches to the top of the arc. So we'll measure from the bottom. We'll measure up to 5.25 inches. And we'll mark that at the middle of the board. So there's the middle of our arc. The end points are 3.5 inches from the bottom. So we'll just mark 3.5 inches on each end of the board. And then doing exactly the same thing, we'll just adjust our fairing stick until it connects all 3 points. Little more arch. Little less arch. Sometimes you have to fiddle with it a little bit. There we go. We've got all 3 points. Again, we just trace along the fairing stick. Make our cutting line. Cut a little bit outside the line and sand to it.